Hey guys, this is Kelly. I have my third process video here, and I am using the January kit from Hip Kit Club, and I am just pulling out some pieces of paper that I've already used, and I like to use bits and pieces and scraps so that I can get as many pages done of my kit. And if I have a whole sheet left over, that's okay. I will incorporate that into another kit. And I have been subscribing to Hip Kit Club since October, and I will have to say that this has been my favorite experience with a club, and the kits have been great. The colors have worked well. A lot of times the kits from one month to the next will work together, and the kits seem to be very versatile. It's not just a bunch of things that you can only use for one time, like and then you have your choice with the kits if you want a regular kit. You when you sign up, your commitment is for 3 months, and after that you can quit anytime, and you can choose an embellishment add-on or a paper add-on or a cardstock add-on, and that's what I love. I don't want to get cardstock with every kit because I do have a decent stash of cardstock, and I would rather spend my money on embellishments or stamps or ink or dyes, something like that. So anyway, let me tell you about what I'm doing with the layout. I pulled this beautiful floral paper from the Dear Lizzy Serendipity collection, the 6x6, and I thought the flowers were bold enough to work on my boy page. And the flowers are beautiful. They have teal and pink and a deeper, almost fuchsia pink, and they have a little bit of gold accenting in them. It's not a foil, but it's still pretty, and you can see it. And the pink branding strip XOXO is also from one of the papers. And the blue strip is one of my favorites out of this collection, and that is another Dear Lizzy paper. And I wanted to punch out the scallops, but I wanted to make sure that I got as much of the navy blue as I could possibly get. So I trimmed off part of the branding strip so that I could make sure that I could make it as wide as I possibly could, since I love that paper, and I did want to be able to see part of the floral. So at this point, I'm just pulling out papers, playing, having fun, and just seeing what my eye likes. And it definitely liked those two pieces of paper together. And I'm just pulling out little bits and pieces as I go to see if I'm going to like something. And it may make it on my layout or it may not. That wood veneer frame is a Amy Tangerine frame from her Stitched collection, and I love her wood veneer frames, but I have a tough time using them. I can use die cut frames easily. I can, trim them and put them between layers of papers or as my embellishment. But when it comes to the wood veneer frames, I'm not sure if it's just because of the size that I have trouble with it. But I see other people use it, and I think what I'm going to have to do is just find a layout I like with somebody using the wood veneer frames and just scrap lift it, because I have tried several times and I just can't get it to work for me. And scrap lifting is perfectly fine with me. I will never claim the work as my own, though. I do need to put that out there. So I feel like I've been saying this about every single paper in this kit, but I loved the turquoise striped and thought that would be nicely as a background or a partial background on this page, and cut that about 2/3 of the way. And here I am fussing with my ATG. I have to say, I usually don't have any trouble with my ATG. And I had to laugh because, as soon as I start trying to film the videos is when I'm having trouble with the ATG. So maybe it's just the filming part and letting other people see you struggle. So I decide that I'm liking the way that these layers are looking, so I wanted to put them down. And I'm using my T-square ruler because I want that top part of the embellish or of the photo mat to be straight, because generally I can make things straight as I go if I know I at least have one straight line. And that T-square ruler, it was like maybe a $3 purchase, and I use that all the time now. And if I don't have it, I feel like everything that I'm doing is crooked. Now these thickers I love. It's like a fuchsia, maybe, but a little bit of hue of a purple. They're beautiful. And if you watch my first process video, you might remember me saying that I loved my black glitter foam letters. Well, these I love almost as much. And I definitely wanted to use these on the layout because I thought it would pull in the branding strip, the XOXO. And that Moments die cut, I'm trying to incorporate into my title, but it never makes it. Now this piece of paper that I'm cutting is from the 6x6 pad, and I cut an L shaped out of one side of it and tucked another strip behind it, and it just fools the eye to make you think that, or to make it look like you have a bigger piece of paper behind it. And that's one of the things that I do frequently with my 6x6 paper pads, because or at least I know that on one side or the other I will have an embellishment cluster, and can usually find something large enough to cover up that gap in the join. So I decided that I needed something to ground my clusters with, and I pulled out these dynamic dies. These were a Christmas present to me, and I just have taken another piece of the Dear Lizzy 6x6 pad, and I went to my Evolution and die cut a couple of the pink circles out. I'd like to have something to try to ground my embellishment clusters. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Plus, for it to be large enough to cover up the gap with that paper. I'm looking at my desk, and when you're working on a layout, it just never seems to be that messy, but oh my goodness, it really is. And I haven't cleaned up from it yet. I'd rather spend my time scrapbooking than not cleaning. So I pulled out from the December hip kit that Happy. That is part of a Dear Lizzy thicker pack, and it has words like hello and love and story. And I was thinking that I might either do the title as Happy Moments, and ultimately I don't do that title, but the happy does stay. So I still feel like that bottom left-hand corner needs something else. And I'm going through the paper pad, and I will eventually decide on some doilies. I haven't used doilies in a while. I try not to overuse one thing because then I get tired of it. But I could use doilies on just about every layout. I love them. So I'm going to cut them in half. That's another way I like to stretch my products. And I really, really wanted to like these gold doilies, but in the end they don't make it, and I switched them out to a white doily. And that cork piece on the bottom right hand side is one of Ellie's Studio. And I love these cork pieces, and I wanted to try to get that on this layout just to have somewhat of a different texture and maybe even a more masculine look to it, but it doesn't make it. I never could find anything that I liked to ground it. And so this is where I am working on my title, and I'm using those Yummy Yummy thickers, and I'm trying to either do happy moments and decide that I don't like the descending parts of the happy. We're going to overhang on the moments, and I like them to nestle and to tuck, and I could not get that to work, as you can see right there. So then I decided to change my title to Moments Like This Make Me Happy, because they do. My kids, I'm actually very blessed. They do have a good relationship, and my daughter adores her older brother. So that makes for one very happy mommy. On the bottom of these tile letter stickers, she's added some words, and I really like that because it just makes the stickers to me even more versatile. And then I realized at this point that I was going to run out of ease if I did this whole title, and I didn't want to run out of ease when I had so many other letter stickers left. So I'm going to switch it up and make the like this part on the top by the moments the gold color, and then have the make me in the white, because I didn't want gold to be beside, I didn't want the gold tile stickers beside the gold thicker sticker. I say that fast 3 times. So here I am, moving my title around. I didn't quite have it in place where I wanted it, and started putting it down and realized right away that that wasn't where I wanted it. I wasn't paying attention. But that's one of the things that I love about these thickers, the glitter foam. They, if you don't get them down right the first time, you can move them and they don't pull up the page. And when you finally have them where you want to be and you just pat them down, I mean, they're down. You don't have to add any more adhesive. They stick. And I'm sure that you've all experienced the chipboard thickers where you have to glue them down. And for me, I don't mind it. I love my thickers, and if I have to glue them down, I have to glue them down. It's okay. It's part of what makes me happy with this process of cutting papers and gluing and working with pretty things. So now I'm just trying to work on that last embellishment cluster. I have the top started and I have the bottom left started, just don't have that right. And those hearts are also from the Dear Lizzy thicker sheet. And there come the puffy stickers. I love puffy stickers. Puffy stickers and enamel dots make me a very, very happy girl. I don't like that pink banner there, and it goes off and it never makes it onto the layout. I didn't like how the Today sticker had a banner and it was a totally different paper or a sticker and it had a banner and the sizes didn't match, and my eye just didn't like that. So I pulled out Mr. Huey's white mist, and I'm just adding some little mist drops down at the bottom. And I pulled out the Dear Lizzie stamp that came with it, and I kept the back of the packaging with the kit so that I could look at the, what the sayings are. Sometimes I can look on the roller stamp itself and be able to figure out what it says, and other times I can't tell. I need to set up like um, a ring with tags on it that have each of my roller date stamps or my phrase stamps with the words on them. But that's like an organization thing, and it's not a scrapbooking thing, and I would rather scrapbook. So I love that flare, and I'm trying to get that flare to work, but it does not make it to the page. It will, though, on another page, because I do love it. And I am almost to the end here. I think I'm just going to be adding enamel dots. And I have some close-ups coming. Thank you for your feedback, and thank you for taking time to watch my video. I'll see you next time. Bye.